And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this edition of SIEDC Live. It is the Thursday, July 9th edition of SIEDC Live, a very special edition of SIEDC Live. Hello, everyone. My name is Todd Bivona with Gotham Trinity Productions. Great to have you along with us here. Obviously, we've been doing the show every Tuesday and Thursday for the past couple months. I can't believe how many weeks we've been doing this right now. Pretty amazing, but it's been great, and it's been a great way to reach new members of the SIEDC, old members of the SIEDC even. And speaking of which, we are honored today to be at the St. George Theater. So we are broadcasting live from the St. George Theater. And this is kind of, as the digital media ambassador for the SIEDC, this was kind of a way for us to showcase to you one of the offerings that we have is a multi-camera production live on site. So we have a couple lights. We have 3 cameras going on. Our director, Jennifer Rutigliano, working hard behind the scenes, cutting from camera to camera. Once we introduce Doreen Cugno when she comes on the screen, and that'll be coming up in just a few moments, so don't go away. Coming up first right now from the SIEDC offices off of South Avenue is our good friend, Bobby Aanonsen. Bobby, how's everything going over there from the SIEDC offices? What's going on, man? Everything good?
Everything's good, Todd. Everything's great today. Excited to be in the office, like I said the other day. Excited to watch this show today, to have you live at the St. George Theater, which is a great backdrop, obviously, for anything. So excited to hear from Doreen in a few minutes here.
Yes, so this is exciting for us, for Gotham, exciting for the SIEDC to be at this venue that we all love so much, have come here for goodness knows how many different events we've been here for, Bobby. So while we got you, like you said, you're at the offices. Everyone's back. The SIEDC staff is back in shifts.
Yes.
When the door is closed, you can have your mask off.
I do. My door is closed right now. So my door is closed, but when I open my door,
is closed right now. So
I have to make sure I put my mask on.
That's so good. Good. All right. Bobby, give us a little bit about from the SIEDC, what's been going on, any announcements that you have, anything you want to share. We're in phase 3, so happy day, I don't know, day 4 of phase 3. Obviously a slow opening of phase 3. Bob, what kind of news you have?
Yeah, for sure. So definitely, it's been nice to be able to get back in the office. Like I said, excited to hear from a lot of the different members who are back in the office as well. Just a few little things I want to go over here, so I don't take too much time from Doreen. But like we mentioned this past Tuesday, is that we have our chairman's outing, which is coming up on September 10th at the Atlantic City Country Club. Excited to get out in person. Excited to play a little golf as well. Even if you're not a great golfer like myself and like Todd, I'm sure you're not a great golfer either. But excited to get out there. Excited to get in person. So as a member of the SIEDC, everybody get one ticket to that. So if you have any questions or if you're interested in coming up to our email, please send Jaclyn an email as well. We'll get you RSVP'd, get you into a foursome. Going to be a great day. Excited to see people in person. As Todd, as you know, I had a meeting yesterday with a few different people. It was great to interact in person and be socially distanced as well. But it was great to be in person. So excited for that coming up in September.
It felt so much in talking with people and being able to interact and get their feelings and emotions with regard to opening up and what it means for them. So the Chairman's Cup outing obviously is the next thing. Gotham Trinity Productions will be on hand. I think myself and Michael Graziusa will be there. All right, Bobby, if you don't have anything else, we're going to get going with the interview with Doreen. You good, buddy?
Definitely. All good to go. Excited to hear from Doreen right now.
All right, Bobby. Once again, Bobby Aanonsen from the SIEDC staff. Thanks so much for joining us on here, taking up about an hour of your time this morning. All right, so with that being said, we can go to the wide shot and we can welcome in our very special guest, President and CEO of the St. George Theater, Doreen Cugno. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good, excellent. I mean, I love this wide shot. You can see our program right here, how beautiful it is. I love coming here. I think it's so fantastic. I love what you have done here, and I know the work is ongoing. We just talked about that. And I was speaking with Vincent Innocente, which thank you very much to Vin for setting all this up this morning and getting us here and whatnot. What's been going on at the theater, and how's How's life been for the past few months?
Well, as of March 13th, we were forced to close, right? Mandated by the city, the state. So we had to move over 90 events, which we did, to 2021. So I have an amazing team of 9 core staff members that have been helping me get through this crisis, and so we moved the 90 events. We've been working on staying engaged with our patrons and customers, and we have our cap on for fundraising and grant writing to get us through these trying times. We need help.
Yes.
We'll get through it. We're an anchor.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And you have a lot of support and some great sponsors. Walking through here, you have some of your sponsors listed who've been instrumental along the way throughout the years, helping support you guys. The SIEDC, of course, being there as much as possible. You have a lot going on renovations-wise. I didn't realize, again, I remember Vincent mentioning there's a lot going on. I didn't realize how much until we did a little tour. Talk a little bit about that. Before we went on air, we just said it's a long process because of the condition. You got it.
Yes.
And it's always ongoing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So since 2004, restoration has been part of our mission and a need and essential to bring it back to its beautiful glory from 1929. And currently, we have 3 projects going on. And that's the only advantage right now of our doors closed, is that we're starting up with construction again. Construction did go on till April 2nd, and then they had to stop. So our front entrance lobby, we're restoring with beautiful flooring. The original marble was restored, new brass doors.
Oh, wow.
We have on the outside entrance, there's 2 side walls, and they're beautiful murals now. They're going to have mosaic tiles on them, and they resemble the interior walls here. It resembles these walls right above your head here, the stencil. So the idea is that we want to bring the inside out for those walking by so they can enjoy the beautification of this theater. Our marquee was designed with the intention, when you're standing underneath it and you look up at the ceiling, is this onyx glass, which resembles all the beautiful chandeliers in the building.
Which they are. They are so beautiful. Oh, so nice. Such a standout piece.
Right.
All of them. Yeah.
Right. So we're finishing the front entrance lobby, and then we're also working on a room downstairs to enhance the experience. We'll have some membership plan in place for ticket holders if they're interested.
Right.
And then we're also making enhancements backstage for the artists.
That's
so
great.
We have a lot going on.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's currently happening now.
Let me get to the renovations a little bit more. You're talking about all this work, and how intricate is it? Because this is such an old place. It's so fragile, I feel, and it's the work here, and you can see, I mean, right in the background right here, how the detail and the architecture is so fine. How fragile of a process is it from your lobby to working in the back even? Because listen, the whole thing is so old.
Exactly.
How tough is it for the workers to work, and when the supervisors are looking at this stuff, the approach, what's that like?
Well, it is a process. Most of these projects are funded by the city. The lower level one is funded by one of our board members, which is really nice, Michael Caridi and his family. So it takes a lot. It's all about the contractors, the supervisors, the engineers on the project, and we get the best in the industry.
Of course.
So that's why the work, always comes to fruition, and it's absolutely spectacular for our patrons to enjoy.
And an ongoing thing that's going to be.
It's ongoing right now. I'm working on the projects that will continue for 2021 and 22 and 23. It's ongoing.
Wow.
It will never end.
Yeah. Right. And you have, as that's happening behind the scenes, behind the curtain, if you will.
Yes.
Well, that's happening behind the scenes. You also have some offerings as well. Today, again, we're here. It's Thursday, July 9th. And you have some kids stopping by because you're still offering things here.
So we actually had to turn the switch a little bit. Instead of being a live performance venue, we actually creatively came up with a few virtual plans, right? So one of them is our summer outreach program that began in 2004 with my mom, sister, and I teaching the neighborhood kids all about dance and theater. We formalized the program. There is a waiting list. It's a really, really a program that, enriches the children's lives. So it's ages 9 to 18, boys and girls. So what we decided to do is let's make this program virtual because we can't have them in-house here, right? We are phase 4, but we've been booted out of phase 4 and we will be closed indefinitely for a very long time.
Yeah.
So every year, part of the program is literacy since day one. And the children really are reading books all related to the arts and music and scripts. So today they're picking up their goodie bag, curbside pickup, they each get about 10 books. They're getting a t-shirt and a souvenir cup.
Oh, nice.
And this way that'll help them with the program.
Great.
So that program begins on Mondays for 2 weeks. The teachers are all set up. Our Zoom classroom is all set up, and we have 125. Which the nice part is that we can take more. When we're having the program in-house, we have to cap it at 80.
Oh wow!
So
all right, so there's a little silver lining right there.
We
always on the show we always try to find the silver lining, find the positive. So there you go. So you're able to include more people.
Absolutely, yes.
That's great.
Yes, another program that we have is Career Path in the Arts, where we teach high school students all about the other careers not related to, say, the dancing and the singing on stage, which they love doing, say, in high school.
Okay.
Especially if it sparks an interest to pursue it in college as a career.
Sure.
Because it's always nice to have a plan A and a plan B. So we have folks from the industry, from everything from talent buying to marketing to museum curating, film. So I know you guys are helping us out.
Yes. Yeah.
So that program we'll be offering virtually too.
Excellent.
We're also in the works of our arts and education program. That's where we bring in about 15 school shows a year. And we provide study guides for the teachers. So, they're doing something before and after they get here. And then it's a live performance, they say. And it's all curriculum based on what they're learning throughout the year. That now had to be canceled because the DOE already said there's no class trips for next year. So I'm working with all the regional and local theater companies, and we're going to offer a virtual program for that.
Oh,
and something since day one, I said to my team, I was like, I want to keep everyone engaged. I was like, let's start something where we do a Friday night concert. So we thought of a Friday night flashback concerts, and Vincent sends them out, and they're every Friday. And it's all shows that we've either had or we're going to have. And it brings back great memories, and it's about keeping the people engaged.
Yes. And again, everyone that's been on this show, been on this program, we're all about pivoting, right? Figuring out what can we do instead of what we normally offer. How can we still function? But again, I think it's great that you're able to open it up to more people. That one program you mentioned and the other programs with the high school kids. And yes, Gotham Trinity Productions will be a part of that program.
Yes.
It's online. That's July 23rd.
Yes.
I believe
it's for 10 days, and every day we pick a different theme and focus. So you're in the film industry. Yeah. So I know we have a date set for you. And
we have to say hello to Giulio Vincent Gambuto.
Yes.
Who is kind of the godfather for Gotham Trinity Productions. Really, a funny story, or not really funny story, but a nice story really for us is he had the press conference at the SIEDC annual business conference 2 years ago. And we went to the business conference on a whim, saying, let's do it. Let's see what we can find. And he was there announcing Team Marco. Yeah. And a big announcement. And he also held a workshop. So first we got him after his announcement and said, hey, we're a young production company. We're trying to figure it out. He's like, hey, you know what? Come to the workshop. And we have some experience. And he's like, come to the workshop. Kids are always interested in learning how we got to where we are, which is what we're going to share with the St. George Theater Kids, which is going to be great.
He's participating too.
And exactly why. So he's participating, and our friends at forgive me, the ones you work with here, the production company
Fuzz on the Lens.
Fuzz on the Lens. So they're also, and they're also going to be a part of the program as well. And we're actually going to hopefully ask Giulio and Fuzz on the Lens to join us on one of our Facebook Live shows.
Very nice.
And we love to have a panel of us talking about this space here. Here we are on Facebook Live again, on SIEDC Live. So there's this new medium. This is what I can't wait to share with the kids. It's not just limited to this now. There's also this digital space that we need to try to figure out as well.
Right.
But yeah, I just shout out to Giulio for kind of guiding us at the SIEDC, and he's a and we actually filmed that here for the I Am Woman portion, that is.
Yeah.
And had a beautiful shot of you on stage. And
I know.
Oh, it was a great shot. And you were great. You were a great sport. So
thank you.
So thank you for doing that. And of course, Caesar appreciates it so well.
Thank you.
But it's so funny. He's very particular in who says what lines and where you are. And he felt that was a great line for you to showcase this whole place. And it was a great shot. So again, thank you so much. So, all right, to recap, we may be closed, but we pivoted. We're doing virtual offerings. Gotham's going to be a part of it. Julio Vincent Gumbudo. It's going to be great. A lot of renovations too.
A lot of renovations.
Jeez,
they will continue.
Yeah.
We'll keep everyone updated.
Yeah.
And we're also working on a virtual fundraiser. So stay tuned.
Oh.
Something in August.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's going to be cool.
With national acts, local acts. It's going to be great.
That sounds awesome.
Shh.
We won't give it away. We won't tell everyone the secret. Now I want to go back a little bit in the history because you've been here so long. You've done so much. You've seen so much. I know when you were walking up here, I said, "Hey, sorry for the mess," but I'm like, Doreen's been doing this for a long time. She's used to seeing cables and lights and crews. It's no issue. Give me some of the acts you've enjoyed the most that have come through here, or some of the personalities that you've joined. When it's a common question, but I think our viewers will appreciate your experience here, hearing, like, give me a top 3, maybe. Make it a little bit easier. Give me a top 3.
Surreal moments.
Surreal moments. That's better. That's a better question.
Surreal moments. Tony Bennett shaking my hand and thanking me for inviting him here to the St. George Theater. That was a surreal moment backstage. The first time we had him, but a nice, genuine man, really.
Great.
Right. Number 2, walking backstage, we had a big comedian in the house, and he surprised us with the opener. And I literally bumped into Chris Rock. Surreal moment.
Oh, my goodness.
And he opened for the comedian Louis C.K. that night, which was a fundraiser for Sandy victims.
Yes, remember that. Yes, that was a big deal. That's great.
That was a surreal moment.
I bet.
And
who else? Any musical performances specifically? Besides Tony Bennett, obviously.
I love Chris Bodie. I love Tony Orlando. I love Tony Bennett. I love Goo Goo Dolls. I mean, the list goes on.
That's crazy.
We've had every show is amazing. You know what?
And its own right.
And what I enjoy is I have a little space over there right near the stage where I can enjoy watching the artist, right? These national and world-class acts, and then looking at the audience. And I get so much enjoyment from watching the audience that these folks are sitting in their hometown watching Diana Ross, Smokey Robinson, the Tony Bennett, the Steve Martin, the Jay Leno, Jerry Seinfeld. The list goes on,
awesome.
Patti LaBelle. So it's amazing that, we're so fortunate to have this place. It gives me great pleasure to continue with the mission, since day one with my mom, sister, and I, to keep this theater alive. It's so important.
Let's go back to day one. When you first said, you know what, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. It reminds me of when the Mikes and we said, let's do this production. Let's do it. And you have these hopes, dreams, goals. You try to break it down, short-term, long-term.
Right.
In your list of short-term goals at the time to long-term goals.
Yes.
Did you foresee what has happened in the history that you've been here, Doreen? Did you have a sense this is going to happen? We're going to change this theater. This is going to be a place to come to. Did you see that happening?
Yes. I thought it would be a little easier though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So the process of...
it's tough roads. Perseverance. Yeah. You need perseverance. Can't give up. You have to stay focused on course. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We enjoy it though.
Right. We're right. And then once you get do you remember the first act that you had
Yolanda
opened?
Adams.
Yolanda Adams.
She is a beautiful Grammy Award winning gospel singer.
Ooh.
So the first season we opened up in June for graduations and dance recitals only. That 2004.
Okay.
Still bare necessities getting this place open. Then that September I started putting a program together, a little mini season, and it was Yolanda Adams, it was Howie Mandel, it was the Russian American Kids Circus, the National Tour of Blues Clues, the story of Ellis Island, and we started the Christmas show. 6 shows the first season, and those were the 6 shows. I'll never forget it.
And that I was about to say that.
And then it grew. Then next spring we did about 15, and then so on and so on.
So I was about to say, after that first year, after those 6 shows that you'll never forget, did you kind of know we got it? did you have that confidence at that point to say, all right, we got the formula, we got ourselves off the ground,
Right.
you were ready? Is that how you felt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely had some trying times. It was difficult. This is an old building. You know, we had
Sure.
a lot of restoration going. We had to really prove ourselves in the community, right? To
Sure.
start receiving grants and sponsorships. And I have to say, Cesar Claro in the summer of 2004 was the first one to support us. I'll never forget that.
Oh, wow.
With a $20,000 check. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
You know, he said, I'm going to set the sample here for everyone.
And you know, we joke with Caesar about I call him Quentin Tarantino because he has such a vision for these member videos and whatnot, and we love it too. But he's big with the arts. He loves this, and he loves video. He loves the production. He loves that stuff. He's talked to the movies he's seen. We always talk about movies, and whatnot. So I didn't know that, but it's almost of no surprise to me. You know what I mean? Because he's so passionate about it. Because he digs it so much. You know?
And then the first summer too, Mark Irving, he worked for Con Edison at the time. And you need a track record before the company can actually, support with grants.
Sure.
But he loved the summer outreach program that we're doing, that he started already supporting us and helping us buy the tap shoes and the T-shirts and the costumes and the trophies for the students.
Oh, great.
So he originally too. And Con Edison is still a big supporter.
A big supporter, yeah.
We have ShopRite. There's so many of them.
And that's why I mentioned at like the top of the show, one of the things you see around is a nod to the sponsors, the people who have helped along the way.
Yes.
And and we say this at all fundraisers, the nonprofits has been particularly hit hard the past few months.
Yes.
Funds being redirected, understandably so, to the frontline workers and combating the virus.
That's right.
So we understood.
Absolutely.
However, now that we're all trying to open, listening to nonprofits discuss, it's been tough.
Yeah.
Because galas that you normally have, fundraisers you normally have,
three major fundraisers canceled on us, postponed.
And
so it's tough. I make it look easy, honestly.
Yeah.
We raised a lot of money to keep these doors open, to be here for the community, to be that anchor, to offer these virtual programs.
Right.
And we need help. We will continue asking for support.
Correct.
And we're worthy of it.
Yeah, and it's going to be a joint effort from a lot of people. It's going to take a lot of people to understand that. I feel like not everyone kind of realized the nonprofit sector is struggling right now, and they're looking to figure it out. And what you said though, the programs, it's a break from the norm at being at home for these kids, right? Because it's just something different to engage them that even the parents are probably enjoy. Oh, good, there's a camp, but at least there's something. Something to keep them busy or whatnot.
Right. And we're here to motivate them.
Sure.
Enrich their lives, inspire them, take their mind off what's really happening out there. That's what the arts do.
Correct.
And that's what we love doing.
That's a good point, because a lot of my colleagues who work in production and networks, we've been unemployed since the beginning of March, with drips and drabs of a little studio show here, a little studio show there, and whatnot. And it's like, what did people go to during quarantine? When we had the stay-at-home order was in effect in March and April and half of May, what'd you do? You turned on movies, turned on TV shows, reruns, old sporting colleagues covered, or look at Hamilton, just launched on Disney Plus, and it's this major success for them. So my point, Doreen, would you agree and speak to the importance of the arts, especially during quarantine, when that's all we had. That's all we can enjoy, was that entertainment.
Right.
So
exactly like I said. And thank goodness for modern technology where we can bring it to people's homes. They don't have to step foot to see the performance on the stage. Right. Look what Hamilton did. Right. They brought the Broadway stage to their homes. That's what Channel 13 does. Think about it.
Correct.
On the board, I'm on the board with the Friends of 13, and I'm a true advocate for PBS, for public programming as well. People have to take advantage of this. It's an outlet for them, and the arts can really enrich and heal.
And I think it's great you have these programs coming up for the kids to help them understand the back end of it, perhaps, in addition to the camps about acting and performing and dancing and whatnot. It's important because there's so many sides of it, right? There's so much that goes into it.
And you know what's amazing too is I'm on all these webinars with all the other venues of our nature across the nation. We're all on the same boat together, and everyone's trying to figure out the new norm. It's going to take a while. We're in a very particular situation where, we can't just move seats. It's reserved seating, and you know what? The safety of our patrons and staff and artists is our priority.
Of course.
So I know there will be a new normalcy one day, and I just look forward to embracing that and seeing everyone here again and enjoying music, dance, and comedy once again. Right.
And we're on the edge of our seat for it. Like, I feel like we're missing that. Sure, you can tune in to something online, but there's, I remember coming here for Ingrid Michaelson a long.
Another great show.
And she has Staten Island connection, doesn't she?
She was born and raised here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And her mom was also the president and CEO for the Staten Island Museum a very long time.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
I thought she had a great performance here. She was great. I think
amazing.
And okay, so I remember she had a Staten Island connection. I didn't realize she was born and raised here. But you could see her excitement. And also I think she admitted to almost a little sense of nerves because it's home.
That's right.
As comfortable as you can be in this beautiful venue, it's like everyone kind of know people, and she picks out people in the crowd, and she was, what a great performer.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed her.
We had Colin Jost here, Pete Davidson a few times, Casey Jost. Look at these wonderful guys, Staten Island, born and raised, and look, they've made it,
And you speak to, that's the community.
Yeah.
That's us. There's so much more to us. Yeah. And I think the St. George there, is a great place for all that to come together, show off the talent.
That's right. And Practical Jokers, look at that.
Yes, right. So I went to your dressing rooms. Vincent was showing me around the wall that everyone signed.
Isn't that great?
So cool. And there was also a poster with Impractical Jokers walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
Right here. And so you see all the Impractical Jokers sign that poster.
Yeah, that's a great wall. So that wall began in 2008 with Tony Orlando here.
Oh, okay.
And he said, I need a marker. I'm going to start a wall of fame for you. And he signed it, Tony Orlando, 2008. And then the next person who came was Howie Mandel returned. And he signed it right underneath him saying, Howie Mandel and Dawn. And I just cracked up because if you knew his show, Tony Orlando was the Tony Orlando and Dawn show.
Oh, okay.
So now we have everyone on that wall. You name it.
That's great.
You name it.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's
even the Beatles, right? It was amazing, Yeah.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have? Oh, I'm so sorry. We are out of time. It is 10:02. I could talk to you for days here. I mean, this is so cool. Thank you so much for allowing Gotham Trinity and SIEDC Live to be broadcasting live here. Really appreciate the time. So glad that you have adjusted. Everyone here has adjusted in the virtual programs and whatnot. So, Doreen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank SIEDC for me.
Of course, definitely. We'll talk to Caesar. All right. Hey, we can stay on the wide shot to say goodbye, everyone. So once again, thank you for tuning in to this edition, very special edition of SIEDC Live. And thanks to our guest, Doreen Cugno, for joining us here, President and CEO of the St. George Theater. And remember, give a honk when you drive by here. You might not be able to come in and enjoy a show just yet. It's coming, though. We guarantee it's going to come. The arts are going to come back. And best of luck to everyone taking part in the programs and learning about the arts, whether it's on stage or behind the scenes. And I know Gotham Trinity, we're looking forward to working with everyone there, and looking forward to sharing our experiences with you. So once again, Doreen Cugno, my name is Todd Bivona from Gotham Trinity Productions, the digital media ambassador for the SIEDC. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we're looking forward to seeing you next time.